Broadcast. Good morning. Selamat pagi. We're back with Me versus Me. Tuesday, 28th of October. This last Tuesday of October. And we're at 10:45, 10:48 now coming to here in Malaysia. So I'm just gonna start by getting my sheet out. Because again, every morning we're here to do our pre-session. And what is that process really about, right? I just want to do a quick 1-minute recap of why I do this, because it's really about discipline. It's really like, even for like, say a restaurant, a small restaurant, a hawker stall, you know, a market stall, you know, selling burgers, you're gonna need to have the same preparation, the same setup, the same methodology of getting things to happen. So that doesn't change with us here in the market. The only thing that changes is the market conditions. So depending on how I handle that market situation, that will be a P or an L. Okay. No, I think I messed up the webcam. I think that works. Okay. So yeah, that was a bit stressful, a bit of a stressful moment there, adjusting my webcam. Let's get into it. What time are we? We got 2 minutes into the stream. Okay, we got 14 minutes total today. Let's go. Okay. So, as I was saying, this is for me to document my process, but also for me to stick to my process. Now, what are the steps in that process? It's just steps to get to be aware of what I'm thinking about, why I'm thinking about it. Am I stressed out? Is there a bill I'm supposed to pay? Is someone after me for money? Am I supposed to go do some charity? These kind of things are things that I want to clear out. I want to put it out here. I've got paper in front of me. I'm writing. So it's a very messy workplace. There's another workstation behind me. That's even messier. So, but again, is the mess a blessing? Because I have so many things that help me make this happen, yet I am more unable to make it happen. So that was one thing that I want to share in my next video, dropping tomorrow, about how more isn't always better, but more can be better when we put some effort to it. There's some hidden meaning in there. Okay, stop beating about the bush, Kenny. Emotions and stress. Drop a comment when you also have this kind of like deviations when you're in the middle of trying to get your journal done, because we're only human. When we really want to focus on something, we have to set our intentions right, and when that is set right, then we go into the flow. So part of this video allows me to flow and talk to myself, talk to you guys out there in chat about like how we do things. You can talk to yourself, record yourself. It definitely made a change for me. So emotions and stress, I'm yapping about a little bit, but that's because I had a very good trade yesterday. So I need to acknowledge that I'm on a little bit of a high right now, because the market has turned from ranging into a breakout. We'll see that again later in the market review. I want to affirm my age as well, because it is the breakout. So now we're in the right market mode, but there are danger points that we need to look out for. Being balanced and patient, that's something that you can see that I'm currently slightly impatient. So I have to dial that down a little bit. A lot of today, huh? Especially when we're going through the mindset. I'm just really internalizing this, you know, like Am I really balanced as I declared? Not exactly, but I'm balanced enough to be clear that I'm happy from the win yesterday. So I have to really get that over. I've started logging it down. We're starting to tick off a few things here, but as the whole ball comes together, then we get into the zone, as one might say, to make the right decisions. Detachment from the outcome is, I have decided to go focus on Asia today, bright and early in the market, for reasons that I will share with you in a couple of minutes. I have been doing my journal before this, so this is just more of a formalization of the video to verbalize my commitment. And the C game today is, am I super trigger happy? Do I seem trigger happy? So before further ado, let's head on straight into our chart recap so that we can go quickly into our forecast thereafter. Ta-da! And that's why I'm excited, because we have finally moved into a trend. I'm zoomed out a little bit because we can see that the market has been forming the down, and there is no trade history here because we did not take the ranging trade in this account. But I can tell you, I can share with you that at Asia yesterday, we had executed a trade for 5,400 pips, which was duly done in about 8 hours around London close. It had a like 0.2 hour drawdown, but it went to full hour. I managed to take 80% off and carry the rest for up to 1.8 hour. So that was a good 1.3, 1.4 hour net. And it was because we had expected that the price wasn't going to flip upwards. Our MA is still a very good resistance. We can see that price has met the MA and started bouncing off right now. And we are actually expecting, as we go into our forecast now, we are expecting the price to continue down. However, where is our thresholds for going upwards? The first would be that low from last Wednesday, which we've also decidedly broken with our MA. It broke it last night, but the price gave us that wave, and currently we're leaving that low again. And do you see that? Oh, you don't. Let me move it across. Do you see that yellow line on the left? It equals that high, that low. It also is the weekly open of 2 weeks back, which is the middle week of October. And currently, I am happy to report that we're within the days of this Thursday, within the Wednesday, and we're actually at the bottom of Wednesday. So there is some move yet to the bottom of Thursday, about 300 pips. Our move today, we're expecting 520 pips, which is to the low of Tuesday or middle of Monday of that week. And we've got all the range down to that low. So what I would do here is to extend these two opens to the right. So we can clearly visualize where our zone is. So that's the zone that we are operating within. Today we're expecting a stop loss of the one range value is 520. So 55.27 points, 500 and 5,200 down. So as this candle forms, our risk is going to be slightly more, but we're doing 1-to-1 anyway. It's just a matter of whether from this position will the stop loss be hit. So the way that I've got this the way that I've got my setup going is that sorry, I thought of something there. The way that I have my setup is that I trade based on the time, which is a strategy I've backtested. I trade with the volatility of the markets in mind, and I work out like whether there is a continuation about to happen or whether it's going to reverse. It is definitely something that everybody is doing, but it's just in my own little teh tarik kind of way. By the way, teh tarik is a very cool drink here in Malaysia. It's our national drink. It's pulled tea, the literal translation, pulled tea. So tea and milk. The pulling gives you that bubbles, and when you have bubbles, it's shaken, not stirred. So trivia about Malaysia, right? So we're about to wrap up the stream, so I want to just head on into the closing intentions. So today I also just want to execute the process. I'm excited to go in Asia because in my understanding of how the price moves, in a trending day, the earlier in the day you take it, the better it is overall, because the trend generally does not change in a day. Evidence here on Tuesday. Evidence here also on Thursday, and again on Wednesday, again on Tuesday, again on Monday. There are moves in the morning that we can catch. You see here on Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So there's no reason to shy away from this Asia, even though it looks like our risk reward isn't great. But again, we could definitely take out the trade after it inverts and goes into a white candle above the current high of 320 pips. So we will take on the risk. The intention is to follow the process. As much as our eyes are like saying, hey, it may reverse and our stop loss is yada yada yada, all these thoughts may come in. These are what we call C games, and I want to prevent my C games from happening. I want to make sure that I take this trade and I allow that trade to breathe to the bottom line. We have a target about 900 pips away. I'm only going for 500. There you go. There you go. Okay, I've got to check something. One moment. I gotta check something. Fantastic. Brilliant. That's massive. Okay. So what I need to do now is, oh, a moment. Okay, I was just checking whether one of my copies actually went in, because I went back to my Traders Connect. What's going on? Why is it a buy? Oh no, I got a wrong trade. Hold up. That's the wrong trade. Cancel that order. Okay. Okay, let me manage this position and then we'll talk again. So I'm not executing on my trader here. Let's do this. And we're going sell. Okay, that's the better trade. Okay, great. Okay, that's the right trade now. That's why I'm here during execution. I want to share that this is things that happens in my daily trading. Having the orders executed incorrectly, even by my own account, meaning by my own actions. So the trade is in. That's what I want to declare. It is a seller. Sell right there. And we shall report in tomorrow with the result of this trade. That is it from me today. It is I, Kenny Tan, logging out from Malaysia. Me versus me. Enjoy your day. Ta-ta.